Alright, today I'm going to demonstrate our working bulls and cows game for our computer architecture project requirements. And I'm going to start the game, and as you can see we have a very nice title screen here. It has instructions for the proper input parameters, which means you have to put in 0 through 9 and capital A through capital F. They have to be capitals. It will not accept lowercase, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. So we've implemented two different types of gameplay. On one, you can choose to play alone, and you enter 1 to do so. And when you do so, the computer generates a code for you, and obviously doesn't tell you. And it uses a pseudo random generation sequence to do so. Or you can select 2 players, which I'm going to do right now. And when you select 2 players, it then prompts you for 2 more options. Obviously, there's 2 people playing against one another, and you can have the computer make 2 more codes, both using the same pseudo-random number sequencer. Or you can have each player input the secret code that the other person is going to try and guess. Obviously, this player is not going to be putting in their own code because that would ruin the point of the game. I'm going to choose number 2, which is the option to let us choose each other's codes. And I'm going to be playing against myself just for this demonstration. And so what we've also implemented is an input check. And it does not allow you to input characters that are not indicated above, i.e. 0 through 9, A through F, capital. So I'll demonstrate that right now, some random letters, and see it prompts you again for the code. Now, like I said, you can't put in lowercase, so I put 1, 2, 3, and then A doesn't work. However, if I do 1, 2, 3, and uppercase A, it does work. And so this is player 2 entering a code for player 1. So that was player 1's code, and you're gonna have to, if you play this with somebody, you're gonna have to use an honor code so that one person's not looking when they put in the code. And then player 1 puts in a code for player 2. So I will do 4, 3, 2, 1. And we also have this same input check for the guess. And I'll demonstrate that again just real quickly. It's going to just prompt you again and again and again until you put in something that is viable. I'll do 3, 2, 1, 4. And yeah, I kind of talked over it, but as you could hear, there are 2 different tones for the number of bulls and cows in the guess. The bulls are the first tone, as indicated by the fact that they come first in the output. And the cows are the second tone. And then player 2 guesses, so I'm just going to do something random again. So there was 1 bull, and yeah, there's 1 bull. And so you just keep guessing like that, and the first person to get the code wins. And I will let player 1 win. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. A. Alright, so as you see, the player 1 won, and there were 4 bulls toned off, and then it tells you that player 1 wins, and then it tells you player 2's secret code. However, because the code's stored as a word, it needs to be a half word, so only the first 4 digits are actually the code. And now next I'm going to demonstrate the single player, which is pretty much identical. It's just going to require 1 player, and I have to guess the secret code the computer's made. So that's actually a bit more difficult. Alright, so now I have I selected the play alone, and this is pretty much the same deal, except it's only 1 player, and I'm trying to guess a secret code that the computer has generated. So I'm just gonna put in something here. Oh, didn't get anything. try something else. Let's not use that. I don't know. 6. Alright, so I got 1 bull on that one. Let's try swapping out that first one. A9, E6. Alright, so it's going to be one of the last 3. We'll do A8, E6. Looks like it was at 9. So yeah, I can just go through that process again. Let's just confirm that so that it. Yeah, so it was at 9. So I got 1 digit. I'm not going to sit here and play through a whole game because I'm not fantastic at this game and I'm kind of tired right now. So I doubt you want to see that. But that basically demonstrates the single player capacity, or the single player mode for this game. And the double player computer generated, pretty much the same thing as the last one. It just, instead of inputting those 2 secret codes at the beginning, you just go right to the guesses because the computer generates 2 random codes for you. And then it's a race to the finish. So that pretty much sums up our Bulls and Cows project, and I hope you enjoy.